This is what you saved your lunch money for. To the green here at Bloomington. You're going to dash off into turns 1 and 2. They're going to slice it up at the top spot. Here, see who has it here on lap number 1. Up across the nose in the 67, but attack back to the inside. They're side by side at the line. Jacob Denny going to fend off Gavin Miller. Miller not done with him yet. Looks to the inside, slides it up across the racetrack. Turns and burn down to the inside, retakes it now. Another big slide job coming through turns 3 and 4. Still couldn't hold on to it. Jacob Denny comes around to lead lap number 2. Gavin Miller right there. Justin Grant in tow as well. Now Grant is second, looking for the race lead in the NOS Energy number 87. Takes it down to the inside, fresh off of that $30,000 score up at Kokomo for SmackDown. Trying to go back to victory lane here with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship right there. Stalking Denny off into turns 3 and 4. Both drivers snake up to the high side of the Speedway now. See where they run this time into turns 1 and 2. Both drivers down to the bottom lanes. Grant a little bit lower in the entry. Swings it out wide at the exit of turn number 2. 2.7 seconds to the good. Your leader. Just about saw his night come to an end there, though. Bounced her hard up and over the cushion over in turns 3 and 4. That's going to hand a near full second back to Justin Grant here. Coming up on traffic, and again, that car oh so tight on the cushion. Problems for your leader. Grant is there to the inside, looking for the race lead. Got it. Huge mistake by your leader as they worked into turns 3 and 4, and I think he might have a tire going down. Makes his way into turns 3 and 4. We'll get a look at the right rear, and it looks like she is soft. So the right rear starting to fade on the number 67. Unfortunately, that takes the lead away from him, and Justin Grant takes over in 87. Into traffic we go once again here. Gavin Miller keeping close tabs on your leader. Caution, the right rear has finally exploded on the 67. Hoosier lays about the racetrack. 14 laps remain. We're back underway. Gavin Miller jumps out to the lead here. Justin Grant falls to second of the restart. And it looks like the right rear might be getting soft on the 87 as well. So Grant going to try to keep that right rear wound up and keep the pressure building here as he tries to hold on to that second spot. But Miller on the restart, coming away with the race lead. Grant trying to hold on to second. Look out, we've got one upside down. Red lights come on. That is Team-Az. Steven Snyder slowing nearly to a stop at turns 3 and 4. Thomas Meserol with nowhere to run. And Justin Grant getting pushed off of the racing surface. They are taking him to the Metal finishing work area. I mentioned it looked like the right rear was getting soft. 12 laps remain. Miller brings it back to green. Challenge for the second spot. Here comes Kevin Thomas Jr. down to the inside of Brecken Reese here as they work onto the back straightaway. 14 low, 20 wide. It will be Brecken Reese beating the 14 to the punch to the bottom side of turn number 1. The car skates out just a little bit, not enough for KTJ to capitalize. He continues right there in that third spot. Once again, going to try the bottom side through turns 3 and 4. Reese with better momentum on the outside. Brecken able to hold on to that second spot. Cannon McIntosh sitting in the 4th position. Leader going to see the back of the field, but not going to get close enough for it to matter here as they come to the wave of the white flag. As I say that, we got one with a flat right rear. Cale Coons off of the racetrack in the 63. Off of the Speedway over the outside of turns 1 and 2. White flag is out. Checkered flag set to follow. 2023 is where he got his first win. He's going back to victory lane at Bloomington. Gavin Miller wins in 97.
At Bloomington, Gavin, what do you love so much about this place?
Yeah, I think it just fits my driving style. You know, sometimes just hitting it nice and straight, and you know, I felt like the top was, you know, pretty good down here, and I just, you know, started sliding myself because I found the moisture on entry there. But nonetheless, I wouldn't be here without this crew. You know, Bo, Phil, and Spencer, they keep believing in me, and you know, I just have to do my part every time you know, I'm out there. So yeah, the track was great. It was racy. I didn't kind of want to win it that way, you know, especially them cutting tires there, and I honestly thought I did the same thing on the restart there, and you know, I just kept spinning my tires, just praying that my tire wasn't cut. So yeah, just I got to thank everyone involved, Toyota Racing, Sound Gear, my whole family, and I'd just like to thank all the fans for coming out tonight.
You did get a new breath of life kind of breathed into your race on that restart after having started on the pole, gotten back to third, and then regaining the lead. What did you do the second time around to make sure that you held on to it?
Yeah, just had to, you know, be smart on the restart there, and you know, just hit my line right, and you know, make sure I was you know, not making the mistakes, you know, going into 3 and 4, and you know, going into 1 and 2 too. So yeah, I just had to hit my line on the bottom and, you know, slide myself the best I could, and yeah, it was great.
From the first time you won here a couple years ago to sitting here in victory lane today, how much have you changed as a driver overall?
Yeah, I struggled last year and just kind of had to regroup and, rethink, who I am as driver and, working great with Bo now. So, yeah, just, talk it through him. And, me working at the shop now has definitely taught me how, what I like in my race car a little bit better now. So, yeah, just, communication with my crew chief has been the biggest thing.
He sits in victory lane at Bloomington Speedway yet again. That's Gavin Miller. He's your winner tonight for Indiana Midget Week Makeup Night here in August, as we'll get it over to Genevieve.